You want to know the truth about what's behind being the family scapegoat? If you've struggled with addiction, you're the family scapegoat, or used to be, but you're not anymore because you took your power back, like me. This is the truth behind it. This is the truth behind your whole addiction. Becoming the family scapegoat is due to the people who raised you not having the emotional intelligence to take care of you properly, which a lot of this has to do with society. I'm not making excuses, but a lot of it, it's generational. And unfortunately, society and the way that it operates is generational. As more people like us and our children take over things, this mentality, this old school mentality, the boomers and our grandparents, all that toxicity will slowly, wish it was faster, but it will slowly come to an end. But the reason behind our drug addiction, behind mine anyway, was not having the emotional support needed to go through what I was going through. Not having the proper care. Now, for other people, addiction could be into their family so deeply that it's a whole other story. But I'm just speaking from being the family scapegoat on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side. The root of it is the people who were taking care of you did not have the emotional intelligence to take care of you properly, or to look inside and take responsibility for their child, which in this case is me or you. So instead of going to a family for emotional support, or like me, I did, and still just wasn't, nobody knew how to take care of me, okay? Which is not my fault, okay? The next easiest thing is scenes of people, creating your own family, numbing out the pain with substances, doing what you have to do to survive and make yourself comfortable. So, the root of being scapegoated, and you will notice once you get out of being the scapegoat, once you start setting boundaries and not putting up with that shit anymore, you'll see how the people around you still don't take accountability for their own actions and for their own emotional energy. And a lot of that is due to still the lack of emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical awareness. It has a lot to do with still being manipulated by the matrix and not taking responsibility for their own energy. You can't do anything about it. You literally can do nothing about it. All you can do is take responsibility and take care of your own energy. And it's not your job to tell them where they have emotional intelligence issues. It's not your job. They're not going to be able to hear it from you anyway, because they still think of you as the scapegoat. They still think of you as the problem. Isn't that funny how people can blame one person for stuff, for everything, instead of looking inward? To me, that's mind-boggling. To me, that is absolute mind-boggling. And you'll hear it in everything that they say. And the best thing that you can do is remain silent. Just take responsibility for your actions, your energy, and then just keep your mouth shut. Because it's not going to do anything but cause emotional turmoil for you. And the time for that shit is over. The only emotional turmoil I'm going to inflict on myself is it's going to be self-inflicted. I'm not going to let somebody else's emotional turmoil and lack of awareness bother me. Not today. Maybe for my kid, of course. My kid, my responsibility. His energy at this point is my responsibility. Anybody else's, it's not. Nope. Unless they're paying me. Unless they're paying me to help them with their emotional issues on a spiritual, psychic level, then I will go into somebody else's energy and help them with that. But not just cause or to tell people about themselves. I wasted time doing that. You waste time and energy. And really, if you putting it into perspective, I can see how when people have tried to help me, say through addiction, by imposing their rules onto me, all it did was slow down my spiritual development. So just stay out of people's way. That is like the best way that you can help them, is to stay out of their way and stay silent. And you know in your heart that you want them to wake up, and that you want them to look within, and you want them to figure their own shit out. You know that. And that's the best thing that you can do. And that is at your core. That is your heart. Do you know how many people do not give a fuck about other people? I mean, it is something to be celebrated when you, in your heart, genuinely love others. That means you love yourself. Because there's a lot of people out there with hate in their heart. Hate. They hate other people. Genuinely, they want to see other people fail. And they get high off of seeing people fail. They get pleasure off of other people's failures. That is something I cannot understand. But they're out there. Those are the people you need to stay away from. Stay away from them. The only help you can be to people is by living in alignment and through your actions, through the way that you live. People learn through watching others live in authentic alignment with themselves. That's really all I had to say. I was just working out. And when I work out, things come to me. So I stopped and I wanted to talk about that. So if you're the family scapegoat, know that you were not taken care of properly. And you don't have to take that shit. And some of the shit that you went through, especially when you were a child, was the responsibility of other people. And you weren't taken care of properly. And whether your parents and anybody else takes responsibility for that shit or not, it's not your problem. Don't worry about it. Let them live in their own misery. You don't have, you literally can teach them nothing. And if you can, I mean, if it's possible, then they'll learn from you living your life authentically and proving to the world and everybody around that you don't need that kind of energy in your life.
I need to get my new shoes.
Why? What are you doing? Why are you taking one shoe outside?
Because we were playing fight with shoes.
Oh my God. Fight with shoes. Good Lord. He said, I got a shoe. My goodness gracious. Be the parent that you would have wanted when you were little. That's the goal. And that's what I'm doing intuitively. And it's okay to make mistakes. You just take responsibility for those mistakes. And then you make it right. Not act like it never happened. Okie dokie. Make sure you like this video. Comment about your experience. I'd love to meet you. Bye.